In a world increasingly obsessed with health, weight loss, and longevity, diet is one of the most frequently debated topics. Everyone seems to have a strong opinion. Some swear by low-carb plans. Others champion the Mediterranean lifestyle, while another group embraces a plant-based way of eating as the key to disease prevention. But which of these three popular diets, low-carb, Mediterranean, or plant-based, is actually the best? This article explores these three popular diets in depth, comparing their impact on weight, metabolic health, heart disease, inflammation, longevity, and sustainability. Understanding the diets. What do they really mean? The low-carb diet, cutting carbs, fueling fat. Low-carbohydrate diets are designed to minimize your intake of carbohydrates and increase your intake of fats and proteins. While there are several types: keto, Atkins, paleo, the core philosophy is the same. Reduce carbs significantly to shift the body's metabolism from using glucose for fuel to burning fat. The Mediterranean diet, eating for the heart and longevity. The Mediterranean diet isn't a strict set of rules, it's a way of eating inspired by the traditional dietary patterns of countries like Greece, Italy, and Spain. This approach emphasizes whole, minimally processed foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and moderate amounts of fish and dairy. Red meat is consumed sparingly, while alcohol, especially red wine, is allowed in moderation. What makes the Mediterranean diet particularly compelling is the amount of long-term, population-based research that supports it. The landmark PREDIME study, which followed over 7,000 Spaniards at risk for cardiovascular disease, found that those who adhered to the Mediterranean diet had a 30% lower risk of heart attack, stroke, or death compared to those on a low-fat diet. This diet is also easy to sustain. It's delicious, socially flexible, and doesn't require severe restriction. The Mediterranean approach has earned endorsements from the World Health Organization, WHO, American Heart Association, and numerous public health bodies around the world. The plant-based diet, powering health with plants. The plant-based diet is centered around whole plant foods like vegetables, fruits, legumes, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Unlike vegetarian or vegan diets, which are often defined by what they exclude, a plant-based diet focuses on what it includes. Foods rich in fiber, phytonutrients, antioxidants, and healthy carbohydrates. Plant-based diets are associated with numerous health benefits, including lower risks of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and some types of cancer. A review in Nutrients 2020 showed that diets high in whole plant foods and low in processed foods were linked to improved blood sugar control and lower cholesterol levels. That said, plant-based eating isn't automatically healthy. Ultra-processed vegan foods like faux meats, sugary snacks, and refined grains can be just as harmful as their animal-based counterparts. The quality of the diet matters immensely. Weight loss and metabolic health. What does the science say? One of the main reasons people try a new diet is to lose weight or manage conditions like insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Let's break down how each of these three diets performs in this category. Low-carb diets often lead to rapid weight loss in the first few weeks, mostly due to water loss and glycogen depletion. As the diet continues, fat loss accelerates, especially visceral fat, which is linked to insulin resistance and inflammation. Low-carb eating can significantly improve glycemic control in diabetics and pre-diabetics, sometimes reducing or eliminating the need for medications. However, long-term adherence is often difficult. The restrictive nature of the diet, combined with social and cultural challenges, can lead to rebound weight gain once people return to higher carb eating. The Mediterranean diet, while not marketed as a weight loss program, consistently results in gradual and sustainable weight reduction. Its success lies in promoting satiety through healthy fats and fiber-rich foods, which naturally reduce calorie intake without strict rules. In contrast to restrictive diets, The Mediterranean diet is associated with lower dropout rates, better mood, and improved long-term adherence. Heart health, inflammation, and longevity. Perhaps the most compelling reason to choose a dietary pattern is its long-term effect on health, particularly heart disease, the world's leading killer. The Mediterranean diet has long been the gold standard for heart health. Rich in monounsaturated fats from olive oil, omega-3 fatty acids from fish, and antioxidants from colorful vegetables, this diet reduces LDL cholesterol, lowers blood pressure, and improves endothelial function. The PRIDIME trial and many others confirm its ability to prevent major cardiovascular events in at-risk individuals. Low-carb diets are a bit more controversial. While they often improve triglyceride levels and raise HDL, good cholesterol, they may also raise LDL cholesterol depending on the type of fats consumed. Diets high in saturated fats from butter and red meat could increase cardiovascular risk in some individuals. However, low-carb diets that emphasize unsaturated fats from nuts, seeds, and fish are associated with better heart outcomes. Inflammation, gut health, and immunity. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent drivers of modern diseases, from arthritis to heart disease to neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's. And diet plays a pivotal role in either fueling or fighting this inflammation. Both the Mediterranean and plant-based diets rank highly for their anti-inflammatory properties. Their emphasis on fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and whole grains introduces a variety of polyphenols, antioxidants, and fiber into the body. These compounds actively reduce inflammatory markers and combat oxidative stress. Fiber, in particular, plays an underappreciated role. It serves as food for the gut microbiota, trillions of bacteria in our intestines that influence digestion, immune response, hormone regulation, and even mood. A fiber-rich diet fosters a diverse and resilient gut microbiome, which in turn enhances the body's ability to fight infection and recover from illness. In contrast, low-carb diets, especially strict ketogenic versions, tend to restrict many high-fiber foods like fruits, legumes, and whole grains. This can lead to gut microbial imbalances if not carefully planned. However, some versions of low-carb diets that emphasize non-starchy vegetables and fermented foods can still support gut health. The takeaway: inflammation and immunity are best supported by a colorful, fiber-rich plate. Longevity and disease prevention. One of the ultimate goals of healthy eating is not just to survive, but to thrive, living a long, disease-free life. On this front, the Mediterranean and plant-based diets offer compelling evidence. Multiple studies have shown that plant-based diets can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, and age-related decline. The Adventist Health Studies, for instance, found that vegetarians had a 12% lower mortality rate than non-vegetarians. Low-carb diets, by comparison, offer some short-term health improvements, especially in weight and blood sugar control. However, the long-term data is less consistent. Diets that are high in animal fats and proteins and low in fiber may increase all-cause mortality if not carefully balanced. On the other hand, low-carb diets rich in plant fats, fish, and vegetables show more favorable results. The answer isn't one size fits all. Each of these dietary approaches, low-carb, Mediterranean, and plant-based, has strengths, supported by both science and personal testimonies. Your ideal diet depends on your individual health status, cultural preferences, ethical values, and long-term goals. If you're seeking rapid weight loss or managing insulin resistance, a well-formulated low-carb or ketogenic diet may offer fast and measurable results. Just ensure you're getting enough fiber and micronutrients to support gut and heart health. If you're looking for a flexible, flavorful, and time-tested way of eating that supports heart health and longevity, the Mediterranean diet is hard to beat. It's backed by decades of research, allows occasional indulgences, and is easy to maintain socially and culturally. And if you're passionate about disease prevention, reducing chronic inflammation, or minimizing your environmental impact, a whole food plant-based diet offers remarkable benefits. It's the only diet that has shown the potential to reverse heart disease, improve insulin sensitivity, and lower cancer risk when carefully planned. In the end, the best diet is the one that nourishes your body, aligns with your values, and is sustainable over the long term. Whichever path you choose, remember that real food consistency and balance are more powerful than any single diet trend.